I'ma do it my way, shit just like the flu, ayy. Shawty said she loved me, I told her who are you, ayy. I ain't with that lame shit since I took out your brain, bitch. All these niggas talking, fuck about what they saying. GTA on wasted.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back. It's your boy Day Day. Welcome to Day Day So Dang Nosy. And if you are here, you are just as nosy as me, kid. In today's video, we're gonna break down Britney Spears and the case that's going on with her conservatorship. So yesterday I watched the Hulu documentary. It is called The New York Times Presents Framing Britney Spears. It was so good, guys. I highly recommend that you guys go watch it right after this video. It broke down a lot of things and I'm like, she's not bugged out. It's the people that's around her that's bugged out. So in this video, we're gonna hear Britney Spears' audio from the court. I have it pulled up. But before that, I wanted to let you guys know a couple of things that I have jotted down. Britney Spears hasn't legally controlled her life or money in 13 years. They called her incompetent, which I don't understand. It was approved in court in 2008 after Spears had several public breakdowns. She only gets $1,500 a week for expenses. That's $78,000 yearly. Mind you, she's worth $60 million. She pays $158,000 in court fees a year. So let's think about the $78,000 that she gets yearly in an allowance, and she pays $158,000 in court fees. On top of that, she does pay everyone's lawyer. So if she is fighting somebody in her conservatorship in court, she's paying their lawyers to fight her, which is confusing. So court was June 23rd. It is a landmark moment for her and this ongoing conservatorship battle. So this is the first time that she has appeared in court in 13 years. If you watch the documentary and you read like these facts and all this other stuff, it's confusing. It's not confusing on her end because you're like, wait, hold up, she's right, something's up. It's confusing on what's going on. And why are there so much people around her and why is she paying all these people? And most of them are making her seem like she's bugged out and she's not. Even before the incident with shaving her head, I feel like it was justified if you look at the documentary. I can't even front. I can't even hold her. I would have done the same thing, if not something similar. Leave me alone. If this is what I have to do for you guys to leave me alone, then let's go. On top of that, her Instagram posts I get are very confusing, but at this point, it's something's there. There's a hidden message because how she talks on her Instagram is not the way that she talked to court. But this is coming from a woman so talented in her voice that they made her diminish her voice vocally and like as an artist, made her diminish her voice. It's just confusing. It's just really confusing. It's really confusing on why they want her to work so much. If she's telling y'all like, I need a break, it's too much. Let's just get into the audio. Let's go.
I will be honest with you, I haven't been back to court in a long time because I don't think I was heard on any level when I came to court the last time. I brought 4 sheets of paper in my hands and wrote in length what I had been through the last 4 months before I came there. The people who did that to me should not be able to walk away so easily. I'll recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney.
Ms. Spears, I hate to interrupt you, but my court reporter is taking down what you're saying.
Okay.
And so you have to speak a little more slowly.
Oh, of course, yes. Okay,
and,
I apologize. Great.
Record of everything you're saying.
Okay.
Sure. Now,
the people who did this to me should not get away and to be able to walk away so easily. Recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney, and by contract, my own management could sue me if I didn't follow through with the tour. He handed me a sheet of paper as I got off the stage in Vegas and said I had to sign it. It was very threatening and scary, and with the conservatorship, I couldn't even get my own attorney, so out of fear, I went ahead and I did the tour. When I came off that tour, a new show in Las Vegas was supposed to take place. I started rehearsing early, but it was hard because I'd been doing Vegas for 4 years and I needed a break in between. But no, I was told this is the timeline and this is how it's going to go. I rehearsed 4 to 4 days a week, half of the time in the studio and half of the other time in a Westlake studio. I was basically directing most of the show with my whereabouts, where I preferred to rehearse and actually did most of the choreography, meaning I taught my dancers my new choreography myself. I take everything I do very seriously. There's tons of video with me at rehearsals. I wasn't good. I was great. I let a
All right, so this is the person that they're saying cannot even function at this point, right? It's confusing.
room of 16 new dancers in rehearsals. It's funny to hear my manager's side of the story. They all said I wasn't participating.
If someone cannot function, I don't know how she was able to rehearse and teach a whole tour on what to do. Make that make sense to me.
Good. I was great. I led a room of 16 new dancers in rehearsals. It's funny to hear my manager's side of the story. They all said I wasn't participating in rehearsals, and I never agreed to take my medication, which my medication is only taken in the mornings, never at rehearsal. They don't even see me. So why are they even claiming that? When I said no to one dance move into rehearsals, it was as if I planted a huge bomb somewhere. And I said, no, I don't want to do it this way. After that, my management and my dancers and my assistant of the new people that were supposed to do the new show all went into a room, shut the door, and didn't come out for at least 45 minutes. Ma'am, I'm not here to be anyone's slave. I can say no to a dance move.
Okay, so if we're talking about ranks, the boss said no. The dancers and her team went and spoke and closed a door. Go against what the boss said? Make this make sense to me.
I was told by my, at the time, therapist, Dr. Benson, who died, that my manager called him in that moment and told him I wasn't cooperating or following the guidelines in rehearsals. And he also said I wasn't taking my medication, which is so dumb because I've had the same lady every morning for the past 8 years give me my same medication, and I'm nowhere near these stupid people. It made no sense at all. There was a week period where they were nice to me and they said, I don't want to do, and I told them I don't want to do the, they were nice to me. They said, if I don't want to do the new Vegas show, I don't have to, because I was getting really nervous. I said, I can wait. It was like, they told me I could wait. It was like lifting literally 200 pounds off of me when they said I don't have to do the show anymore, because I was really, really hard on myself and it was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. So I remember telling my assistant, but you know what? I feel weird if I say no. I feel like they're going to come back and be mean to me or punish me or something. 3 days later, after I said no to Vegas, my therapist sat me down in a room and said he had a million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All of this was false. He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I'd been on for.
Lithium? Give me 1 second. One of the most widely used and studied medication for treating bipolar disorder. Just makes no sense to me, because if she said no, how would that be like a mood? I'm not understanding if the no means put me on a mood stabilizer. I don't understand that. One of the strongest mood stabilizers, like that makes no sense to me. So this is the side effects: increased urination, diarrhea, vomiting, weight gain, impaired memory, poor concentration, drowsiness, muscle weakness. What I'm not understanding is, and let's talk about drowsiness. Let's talk about her Instagram post. She here don't sound like how she sounds on her Instagram. What I think is she's showing the world, they drugging me up. And look how bugged out they got me. Look at the drugs they're giving me. She's their boss.
5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to. You can go mentally impaired if you take too much, if you stay on it longer than 5 months. But he put me on that and I felt drunk. I really couldn't even take up for myself. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad really about anything. I told them I was scared, and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication come to my home, stay with me, to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my homes, and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad, and my dad only, he acted like he didn't know that I was told I had to be tested over the Christmas holidays before they sent me away when my kids went home to Louisiana. He was the one who approved all of it. My whole family did nothing. Over the 2-week holiday, a lady came into my home for 4 hours a day, sat me down and did a psych test on me. It took forever. But I was told I had to then After that, I got off, I was told I had to then, after I got a phone call from my dad saying, after I did the psych test with this lady, basically saying I had failed the test or whatever. I'm sorry, Brie.
I don't want people to take her stuttering for confusion or anything of that sort. I feel like she's stuttering because she's nervous. This is the first time that she was able to talk to somebody else that's not around her about what's going on with her. They won't let her do interviews. They won't even let her speak. I don't even think she even allowed to talk to her boyfriend.
You have to listen to your doctors. They are planning to send you to a small home in Beverly Hills to do a small rehab program that we're going to make up for you. You're going to pay $60,000 a month for this. I cried on the phone for an hour and he loved every minute of it. The control he had over someone as powerful as me, as he loved the control to hurt his own daughter 100,000%. He loved it. I packed my bags and went to that place. I worked 7 days a week, no days off, which in California, the only similar thing to this is called sex trafficking. Making anyone work against their will, taking all their possessions away, credit card, cash, phone, passport card, and placing them in a home where they work with the people who live with them. They all lived in the house with me, the nurses, the 24/7 security. There was one chef that came there and cooked for me daily during the weekdays. They watched me changed every day, naked, morning, noon, and night. My body, I had no privacy door for my room. I gave 8 gallons of blood a week. If I didn't do any of my meetings and work from 8 to 6 at night, which is 10 hours.
Where's the sympathy? Where's the sympathy? Where's her father? You get what I mean? I don't know. Let's go.
Hours a day, 7 days a week, no days off. I wouldn't be able to see my kids or my boyfriend. I never had a say in my schedule. They always told me I had to do this. And ma'am, I will tell you, sitting in a chair 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, it ain't fun. And especially when you can't walk out the front door. And that's why I'm telling you this again 2 years later. After I've lied and told the whole world I'm okay and I'm happy, it's a lie. I thought I said that enough. Maybe I might become happy because I've been in denial. I've been in shock. I am traumatized. Fake it till you make it. But now I'm telling you the truth, okay? I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry, it's insane, and I'm depressed. I cry every day, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't think how the state of California can have all this written in the court documents from the time I showed up and do absolutely nothing, just hire with my money another person to keep my dad on board. Ma'am, my dad and anyone involved in this conservatorship and my management who played a huge role in punishing at me when I said, no, ma'am, they should be in jail. Their cool tactics working for Miley Cyrus as she smokes on joints and stage at the VMAs. Nothing is ever done to this generation for doing wrong things. But my precious body, who's worked for my dad for the past fucking 13 years, trying to be so good and pretty, so perfect when he works me so hard, when I do everything I'm told in the state of California, allowed my ignorant father to take his own daughter, who only has a role with me if I work with him. They set back the whole course and allowed him to do that to me. That's giving these people I've worked for way too much control. They also threatened me and said if I don't go, then I have to go to court. And it will be more embarrassing me if the judge publicly makes you go the evidence we have. You have to go. I was advised for my image, I need to go ahead and just go and get it over with. They said that to me. I don't even drink alcohol. I should drink alcohol, considering what they put my heart through. Also, the Bridges facility they sent me to, none of the kids, I was doing this program for 4 months. So the last 2 months I went to a Bridges facility. None of the kids there did the program. They never showed up for any of them. You didn't have to do anything if you didn't want to. How come they always made me go? How come I was always threatened by my dad and anybody that participated in this conservatorship? If I don't do this, what they tell me to enslave me to do, they're going to punish me. The last time I spoke to you by just keeping the conservatorship going and also keeping my dad in the loop made me feel like I was dead, like I didn't matter, like nothing had been done to me, like you thought I was lying or something. I'm telling you again because I'm not lying. I want to feel heard, and I'm telling you this again so maybe you can understand the depth and the degree and the damage that they did to me back then. I want changes, and I want changes going forward. I deserve changes. I was told I have to sit down and be evaluated again if I want to end the conservatorship. Ma'am, I didn't know I could petition the conservatorship to end it. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I honestly didn't know that. But honestly, I don't.
I don't think that was based off of her ignorance, though. I feel like, first of all, who is she? Who am I? I don't think that we're ignorant if we don't know any of the laws. Her, me, anybody. She pays $158,000. None of those people could tell her any of the other things that she can learn. Why is she doing all this stuff by herself? Why is she finding out all this stuff by herself?
I think I owe anyone to be evaluated. I've done more than enough. I don't feel like I should even be in a room with anyone to offend me by trying to question my capacity of intelligence, whether I need to be in this stupid conservatorship or not. I've done more than enough. I don't owe these people anything, especially me, the one that has roofed and fed tons of people on tour on the road. It's embarrassing and demoralizing what I've been through. And that's the main reason I've never said it openly. And mainly I didn't want to say it openly because I honestly didn't think anyone would believe me. To be honest with you, the Paris Hilton story on what they did to her to that school, I didn't believe any of it. I'm sorry, I'm an outsider, and I'll just be honest, I didn't believe it. And maybe I'm wrong, and that's why I didn't want to say any of this to anybody, to the public, because I thought people would make fun of me or laugh at me and say, she's lying, she's got everything, she's Britney Spears. I'm not lying. I just want my life back, and it's been 13 years, and it's enough. It's been a long time since I've owned my money, and it's my wish and my dream for all of this to end without being tested. Again, it makes no sense whatsoever for the state of California to sit back and literally watch me with their own two eyes make a living for so many people and pay so many people trucks and buses on tour on the road with me and be told I'm not good enough, but I'm great at what I do. And I allow these people to control what I do, ma'am, and it's enough. It makes no sense at all. Now, going forward, I'm not willing to meet or see anyone I've met with enough people against my will. I'm done. All I want is to own my money for this to end and my boyfriend to drive me in his fucking car. And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me by making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you to the judge to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything.
I don't know if she's speaking about the Oprah interview. It might be a rumor. I don't know, but it will really, 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 really be good if someone can speak to her that's not around her.
They did to me, and by not saying anything is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. Actually, I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing. So thank you. Instead of having an interview, honestly, I need that to get it off my heart, the anger and all of it that's been happening. It's not fair they're telling me lies about me openly. Even my family, they do interviews to anyone they want on news stations, my own family doing interviews and talking about the situation and making me feel so stupid. And I can't say one thing. And my own people say I can't say anything. It's been 2 years. I want a recorded call to you. Actually, we're doing this now, which I didn't know that we were doing this. To the public, if they knows what they did to me. I told I know my lawyer, Sam, has been very scared for me to go forward because he's saying if I speak up, I'm being overworked in that facility of that rehab place. The rehab place will sue me. He told me I should keep it to myself, really. I would personally like to, actually, I know I've had grown with a personal relationship with Sam, my lawyer. I've been talking to him like 3 times a week now. We've kind of built a relationship, but I haven't really had the opportunity by my own self to actually handpick my own lawyer by myself. And I would like to be able to do that. I would like to also, the main reason why I'm here is because I want to end the conservatorship without having to be evaluated. I've done a lot of research, ma'am, and there's a lot of judges who do end conservatorships for people without them having to be evaluated all the time. The only times they don't is if a concerned family member says something's wrong with this person and consider, and other otherwise. And considering my family has lived off my conservatorship for 13 years, I won't be surprised if one of them has something to say and go forward and say, we don't think this should end. We have to help her, especially if I get my fair served in turning, exposing what they did to me. Also, I want to speak to you about, at the moment, my obligations, which I personally don't think at the very moment I owe anybody anything. I have 3 meetings a week I have to attend no matter what. I just don't like feeling like I work for the people whom I pay. I don't like being told I have to no matter what, even if I'm sick. Jody, the conservator, says I have to see my coach Ken even when I'm sick. I would like to do 1 meeting a week with a therapist. I've never, even before they sent me to that place, had 2 therapy sessions. A therapy session and 1 therapy session with I have a doctor and then a therapy person. What I've been forced to do illegal in my life, I shouldn't be told I have to be available 3 times a week to these people I don't know. I'm talking to you today because I feel, again, yes, even Jody is starting to kind of take it too far with me. They have me going to therapy twice a week and a psychiatrist. I've never in the past they had me going, twice a week and my Dr. Gold, so that's 3 times a week. I've never in the past had to see a therapist more than once a week. It takes too much out of me going to this man I don't know. Number 1, I'm scared of people. I don't trust people with what I've been through. And the clever setup of being in Westlake, one of the most exposed places in Westlake, which yesterday, paparazzi showed me coming out of the place literally crying in therapy. It's embarrassing and it's demoralizing. I deserve privacy when I go. I deserve privacy when I go and have therapy, either at my home, like I've done for 8 years. They've always come to my home. Or when the Dr. Benson, the man that died, I went to a place similar to what I went to in Westlake, which was very exposed and really bad. Okay, so wait, where was I? In Westlake, it was identical to Dr. Benson, who died, the one who illegally, 100% abused me by the treatment he gave me too. And to be totally honest with you, I was so...
So we're gonna get into a couple of things, more things about what she's gonna say in here. Britney Spears is being held under a 13-year conservatorship and being forced to keep her IUD. And despite the fact that she wants another child, that's really sad. And what's the worst part is, we were talking about that, keeping her IUD is sad. Her being held for 13 years. Her being given a $1,500 a week for expenses. Then you're telling her she gotta go to work? What? I don't understand that. I really do not understand what is going on. I feel like they really need to do their research, really dig deep into this case, and people need to be held accountable. Point blank. If it's her family, deuces feel bad, you need to be held accountable. There's no way that you're trying to tell me she cannot. She was a judge. She put out 4 albums between these 13 years. She does interviews. She is a choreographer. She is an artist. She records. You're trying to say that she can't manage her own self and her money and everything else that she has? I'm like, make this make sense. Free Britney. That's it. Hashtag free Britney. It gotta happen. If they don't, y'all need to start making noise. We need to start making some noise, because this really don't make no sense. There's so much other things in this audio, and I encourage you guys to watch the documentary. I encourage you guys to listen to the audio. I encourage you guys to do your research. She's not bugged out. Nope. We ain't taking that. And I'm letting you know right now, we ain't taking that. It's the people behind her. We gotta do better. On that note, guys, this is where I'm gonna end this video. It's a little too much mentally, and if it's too much mentally for me, imagine for her. I give you that. Remember, guys, if you guys like this video, like, share, subscribe, please, guys. Do your research on the Free Britney movement, please. I hate to do my little thing because it's so awkward, but if you guys watch this video, you guys are just as nosy as me. And maybe being nosy is a good thing. We learn about stuff like this.